Ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to the F&A Grand Prix. I'm Asif.
And I'm Farah.
We're a couple who recently fell in love with Formula One and now we're turning our obsessions into a podcast. So, to start with, we're going to talk about our experience watching F1. So, when did you start actually? This one's your first one.
This is my first one, but I watched Drive to Survive before I watched Formula
Drive
One.
to Survive, you don't learn that much, right? About
You
the
don't learn
rules
that
and stuff.
much, but you know the drivers, how they drive, all the drama, everything in it.
You get to know the history behind what's happening, kind of thing.
Yeah, like I predicted Piastri's win.
So, who's your favorite driver?
Piastri,
Favorite team?
McLaren.
Mine's, of course, Hamilton,
Yeah,
and he's in Ferrari,
so he has to be
so it
Ferrari.
has to be Ferrari.
So
But
before,
my favorite team was always kind of Ferrari because I liked the team, but I was just supporting Hamilton.
I thought your favorite team was McLaren.
My favorite team is McLaren, but I like Ferrari, not just. I don't know. I feel like too many people will support McLaren. Like all over TikTok, you see people supporting McLaren.
Yeah, so you can't. That's your fake fan.
Who, me?
Yeah,
I'm a fake fan.
yeah,
So this is your first season watching F1,
yeah,
taking F1 seriously.
yeah.
Straight away, you're supporting McLaren because they're the top team.
No, I told you I support McLaren and Piastri would win when I watched Drive to Survive, which was a month before Formula One started.
So he is a good driver.
Exactly.
So what else is there to talk about? Lance Stroll coming back, your favorite driver.
This
I don't even know why he's coming back.
is home
Uh,
race.
it is his home race, but I don't rate him as a driver.
Okay, the last time he did good was after his injury. So this time he's going to be top 10 watch.
I don't know him. He always makes dumb mistakes, in my opinion.
I think he makes those mistakes knowing he's making those mistakes. But what are you going to do about it?
But no one can kick him out.
Exactly.
That is crazy. That confidence you have to know that you can't. No one can take your seat.
Yeah, own a team, you'd know.
And Antonelli, DNF,
The,
second DNF. But the main reason is the Mercedes battery issue, right? To both the races, the
uh,
battery overheated.
was it? No, did he have a crash in Monaco?
No,
Or
was
he just finished outside the points?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
So
last
it's
time. Yeah.
been battery issues for Mercedes.
Yeah.
So that would it. What's the weather like in Canada though for the race? I don't know. We haven't watched practice anything. We don't know nothing about it.
Yeah, our practice is only tonight, isn't it?
So what do you think? Would they have a problem with their car? The thing is, they have a strong car. It's a fast car,
Mm-hmm.
but it just needs to end the race.
I think, as always, they'll do really good in qualifying,
Yeah,
and they wouldn't do as great for the
maybe
Grand Prix. I think Antonelli will be top six.
top six. I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like there was. I feel like Ferrari are gonna do a comeback. Somewhat of a comeback.
Ferrari are doing a comeback. It's
They
just
are,
Hamilton's
but
not doing the comeback.
no. Even then, he's finishing where we expect him to finish right now. But it's
Okay.
just our hopes. My hopes, anyway, is podium.
I said he will get put. No, no,
No,
I
you
said
said
four.
four. We'll come on to our predictions later. So what's next? The Ferrari car. The Ferrari car at the end of the Spain race, they did say, they did say, they did say it wasn't Hamilton that's slow.
Mhm.
They said the car had issues.
Mhm.
So maybe there's a comeback with a fix that gets him to podium this week.
Yeah, but Ferrari always say they fix the car, and for some reason, somehow they make the car worse.
That's true as well. Can't really fight that, but you have to hope.
Yeah, you hope.
I would always hope because the way he sounded after the race wasn't nice. It was very. I feel like everyone got sad seeing Hamilton like that, right? So hopefully his comeback is strong.
Just this season is written off for Hamilton, mate.
This season is real enough because it's like a warm-up season where he gets used to the team, he gets used to the new team principal, he
Mhm.
gets used to his engineer. They're not getting along too well, and you can see the car itself is very different to the Mercedes he's been driving, the Mercedes team he's been in. all this time. It's very different
How
to
many years? 12 years.
something like that. Yeah,
If you're driving the same car for 12 years, you're bound to struggle.
it is because he's used to the same structure of the day and everything, or
Mm-hmm.
how he is with his team, and this is very different. Italian team from a German team,
Mm-hmm.
Ferrari from Mercedes. But Mercedes car is stronger this year though.
100%. It's well better than the Ferrari.
It's well better than
Well better than the Red Bull car.
yeah, it's a big competitor to the Red Bull car, but no one's touching
McLaren are just their own
McLaren.
league.
We don't know why they have a very good cooling system, even though they have a Mercedes engine.
But to be fair, was Aston Martin have the same Mercedes
Mercedes
engine? They're
engine.
not struggling, but they have two
They
rubbish
don't.
drivers.
Yeah, they're not too rubbish. They have one legend, Fernando
Just
Alonso.
because he's a legend doesn't mean
But
he's
it's
still a
like,
legend.
yeah,
He's Lance
and
Stroll has more points than
Lance
Alonso.
Stroll is your favorite driver, though. Lance Stroll, I don't know. We'll see if he does anything this weekend. It's his home race.
No, it's not even him doing anything. It's at this point he needs to stop doing things that will ruin it for the other drivers.
Yeah, it's like I've seen silly TikToks of him in his formation lap or something, and he
Crashing
uses
or
the whole track and says other drivers don't leave him space, stuff like that, and then you know that this guy, a very unique driver.
unique. That's a nice word for it.
So with Red Bull, what do you think? Like, do you think they're gonna keep the current lineup, Verstappen and Yuki,
I don't think there's a point of
or
them.
what's that guy's name that's just got his super license?
I don't know his name.
I don't know his name as well, but that 18-year-old.
Yeah. Um, I don't think they will bother changing the lineup for now. Maybe you know that 2 week July break. What do they call it? Some kind of something madness.
Some driver madness.
They do some silly stuff there.
You think
I don't think.
Verstappen's going?
Where would he go? He's not going anywhere.
The thing is, there's no team.
That in Red Bull team basically means Verstappen and Horner. Either one of
Yeah.
them go. There's no Red Bull.
Do you think they're going? I heard something about Hadjar as well. I saw F1 TikTok
Hmm.
asking Hadjar before the this Canadian one.
Hmm.
Would you be going to Red Bull if they offer you the seat?
Mm.
He said no.
Yeah. Why would you when your driver is doing so good? Why would you ruin it and go to Red Bull?
He said he's not ready for that kind of a big commitment and a bigger team.
I think it's come to a point where Red Bull have accepted that it's not a driver issue, it's a
It's the
car
car.
issue, which is what
But
Checo was crying
what's
about.
so is it the same car for Verstappen and the second car, or is there like do you think there's upgrade differences?
I think both cars were made for Verstappen, but Verstappen's car itself is still rubbish now. He can't drive it.
You
So
can't
the other
drive it.
car is probably just as bad. But Sonoda is doing terribly.
So last week's race, what did Red Bull mess up in?
The
The
change.
strategy. So why couldn't they just not tell him to stop? I feel like he would have
It
finished.
was it. I think it's more the thing that they knew both McLarens took a pit stop. They both were on fresh soft tires. So how can the Red Bull be able to do those last few laps on used soft tires when he was struggling as it is? I think it
But
was
he
just.
wasn't struggling anywhere near as much.
But that's the race engineer's call, isn't it? He probably thought fresher tires might be better than used tires, which is where they messed up.
Because
I don't think anyone on the hard tires last week.
no,
But I think they
but
just underestimated
how
how
bad?
bad it was.
Because personally, I thought that was like the worst move. And you could see when
Verstappen thought.
Verstappen was in the pit and he was like
I think he
shocked.
about clocked it straight away that they put on rubbish tires.
Exactly. So that was a crazy move. And his incident with George Russell, where do you think he purposely hit Russell or
I just think it was more of frustration. I'm just gonna do whatever I want because I ain't gonna win anyway.
but he's saying that it wasn't by purpose.
I don't think it was by purpose, as in, yeah, I see Russell, I'm gonna go and smack him. I think he was just angry and frustrated, and he just, I don't know.
I think it's a bit of both that comes into play.
Yeah, they're not exactly the best of
Teammate, oh, not even
two
teammates, sports colleagues.
competitors.
Yeah, competitors.
Sports colleagues is crazy.
It makes sense though. You understand what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
But yeah, it will be nice to see them to racing this weekend. Hopefully, it gets a bit competitive.
Isn't the Canada track quite a wide track
It's,
though?
even if it's wide, if I feel like there's always some kind of thing between them two.
Them two.
Yeah.
That, but I'll tell you why. It's because Mercedes have a good car, right?
Hmm.
So qualifying, Russell's always got like top three, top four. Verstappen, regardless of what the car is, he's always top three. So there's somewhat point
They're
in the
next to
race,
each
they're
other,
always going to be next to each other.
so it's very. I don't know. I love that kind of beef. Because even if it's Hamilton,
Mm.
he's kind of soft, like where people just overtake him. He doesn't fight as much as before in this Ferrari car,
Yeah, because he knows he can't. There is
right?
no fight.
And the only people I've seen fight is Russell and Verstappen. If not, you have to go all the way back because it's Piastri and Norris that fight as well. But if Verstappen has a good car for the weekend, that he's in the mix between the two papaya cars. That's a
I.
good fight as well.
It is a good fight, right? I just don't think Russell knows how to fight. His fighting is, this is my right of way. You didn't give me
Yeah,
away. He
like
doesn't
he's more
actually
like
know
a
how to.
robot where this is the rules you have
Yeah.
to abide by these
My
rules.
my favorite fight was the Piastri Verstappen one.
That was a really good
When
one.
Piastri, that's when everyone clocked that Piastri is actually good.
A very good fight.
Yeah, I told you this. I knew it.
Piastri is good, but there are times where he bottles it.
He could have. He definitely could have bottled it. But I think because of the McLaren and where he starts, he's just too
Yeah.
far ahead
I
to be
mean,
able to do that.
in the Spain race, he could have bottled it because he said he had it comfortable,
Mm.
but the safety car could have messed everything up for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, he's really good. So let's move on to the predictions. So shall we start with qualifying?
Before we go on to that, there is an important question I want to ask you. Everyone's saying Leclerc's going to leave Ferrari.
No, I don't think so. Because either way you look at it, I feel like Leclerc is the main driver for Ferrari. You have to just admit that, even if you're a Hamilton fan or whatever, they'll because even of age or whatever, they'll always
I
put
think
Leclerc ahead. But if it's that Hamilton's fighting and he's winning points and point wise, it will make sense to prioritize Hamilton for that season, then they'll do that, of course. But natural course, they will always put in Leclerc number one
yeah,
driver.
because Leclerc is Ferrari's baby.
So Leclerc will be like Ferrari's golden child.
Yeah, pretty
That's what I
much.
think, anyway.
Yeah, I don't think he will. I don't think he will leave. No
And
matter.
I don't see him suited to another team right now, anyway. Because it's like
I feel like every team is comfortable with who they have right now.
it's not even that. It's like every team is building something right now with the drivers they have.
Mm-hmm.
Except Red Bull, they haven't found a solid driver.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I don't think any team would be willing to. I don't think Leclerc would be willing to move as well. I think he still has some time for him to be like they can fix the car
exactly.
because he's not doing terribly. He still came second in Monaco. He
Hmm.
came third in, what was this one? Imola, right?
Yeah.
Or was it Spain?
The last one,
Spain.
Spain.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Spain.
So it's like him moving doesn't benefit him in any way. Mercedes is building a team around Russell, and Antonelli is probably locked in because of how well he's racing as well.
Yeah.
And well, McLaren, I don't think no one's entering that team. If you're a reserve driver for McLaren, just know you're not going to race. Do you get what I mean?
Unless one of them take a week off.
Exactly.
No, I like the McLaren strategy in the sense that they don't have a main driver. Whoever does good that
Exactly.
week, you're
Yeah.
prioritized. I think. They have a fast car and they have a good strategy and they have two good drivers, which basically no one else has.
Yeah,
So you can't touch them in the constructors championship.
unless he goes for like Audi or Cadillac, but we don't know
Yeah.
Leclerc.
Leclerc.
Yeah,
I don't think he would go to like a new team.
that's the thing. He's too high up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's still taking a downgrade.
Yeah. Who do you think the drivers for Audi would be?
Audi,
They're saying, is it for Audi or Cadillac? For Cadillac.
Cadillac,
They're saying
Checo.
Checo's probably one.
Checo's like 100%
And
almost.
Bottas.
Bottas definitely, yeah.
But that's two experienced drivers, though.
I feel like what if Mick Schumacher does a return?
If they do Checo and Mick Schumacher, it makes sense.
But Mick Schumacher was,
He was quite bad.
yeah.
Mick Schumacher, I didn't. We both didn't watch the races.
Watch off Drive to Survive.
Drive to Survive fully. So from what we saw, he wasn't great.
Right? I mean, that's how Drive to Survive wanted to make it out.
Yeah. So I don't know. It makes sense in the way that they got one upcoming driver and one solid with experience.
Yeah. But what if Cadillac wanna jump the gun and just have put two experience down? Be like, we're gonna win.
Exactly. That's a good shot as well for them to be on the points as soon as they start.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But when you think about it that way, Checo hasn't raced in how many years? 2 years.
Wasn't he in Red Bull last year?
Was it last year?
He was in Red Bull last year.
Never mind. Okay, and Bottas took a couple of year break.
Yeah.
So Checo hasn't raced in what, a year? Bottas took a couple of year break.
Bottas, I think 2 years. I think the year before last or last year. Was it last year? Was he driving for Kick? I
Was
think
he?
I think it was the year before. He was
Okay,
driving.
so a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
So I still think they both would need that time to firstly adjust to a new car and just in general adjust to the racing part of it.
Yeah, just to a new team.
And this is a team that is literally, I
It's
mean,
fresh.
Audi, yeah.
Audi's taking over a team.
Yeah, so it's not fully fresh, but it's still.
Is the base is there.
Yeah.
Whereas Cadillac, I mean, it would be nice. How many cars would there be on the grid then?
Wait, you're saying Bottas will go to Audi and not
Cadillac.
Cadillac? Yeah.
I think Audi
They
I
will
don't know
keep.
the
I feel
contract
like they
of
will.
the Kick drivers because
Oh, yeah,
Bortoletto's there.
I feel like they will keep Bortoletto. I don't
And
think they're
Hülkenberg.
getting. Hülkenberg was doing good though. He overtook Hamilton.
He
so
overtook Hamilton.
I feel like they will like milk that until the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean that was very sad to see.
I don't. But it was. It. I mean, he did race good. I'm not gonna say he's not going to.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Hamilton's fault. Like it was the car.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's what got him more upset.
In the sense, yeah. Yeah.
Seeing a Kick sober car.
Yeah. But I think that's why. I mean, that was the whole point of the celebration. You overtook Hamilton.
Yeah. But even then, he finished P5 because Verstappen got a 10-second penalty.
Yeah.
So it's really good for Kick. I don't think they've ever finished P5.
In a long time.
Not that I know of, anyway.
No, I don't think so.
So well done to Hülkenberg. So shall we move on to Canada qualifying predictions?
So the practice is in what, 3 hours?
Practice is in. I think it's gonna start in half an hour.
Oh,
6:30.
Oh, okay.
FP1.
As always, I support Piastri. I think it'll be Piastri, Verstappen. Is that my predictions, Russell?
Yeah. You gonna stay with that or you gonna change it?
It might have to be a little Norris thing.
Well, Piastri, Verstappen, and Norris.
But you know what? Just we'll keep it a bit wild. We'll Piastri, Verstappen, Russell, and then Hamilton P4.
Okay, so my predictions for qualifying.
Yeah.
Verstappen. I don't know why. I feel like he's coming with extra anger this weekend. Norris.
I feel like Verstappen's coming with a bit more. I don't care. I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Nah, man. Trust me. Norris and Piastri, Hamilton P4.
Why Piastri number 3 though?
I feel like he would be more relaxed because he feels like he's just winning every race kind of thing.
He's won one race.
Yeah, even then I feel like Norris has, because of the amount of people that doubted him after last weekend, he has a lot to prove. So I feel like he's going to do better than Piastri this weekend.
I get you, but I feel like from looking at his interviews and whatnot, he's already upset that he didn't win.
Yeah.
I feel like that will end up getting to him, kind of thing.
he can bottle it as well. Thinking with that mindset, you can easily bottle it as well.
Yeah, I
But
feel like at the beginning, like with the first few races, Piastri was doing good in the sense that okay, he made top three in qualifying, and then in the race he won, right? But consistently, he's becoming P1, P2, P1, P2. Like people can't touch
yeah,
his times.
but Verstappen does good in qualifying.
I feel like with Verstappen, he knows because of the way the car is, he has to do good in qualifying or
Exactly.
he's out.
That's why I've put him P1.
But the good thing with the, I don't know if it's Verstappen or if it's the actual car, they know how to like use that car on that the
Yeah, yeah,
tires
yeah.
for very long.
Exactly.
Whereas I feel like with Piastri and Norris, they rinse out the tires very quickly, so they need that strategy to be 10-10.
But Russell is a wild shot though.
I know you have to keep it. You can't just go for the normal basic ones.
Yeah, I know. My predictions for the Grand Prix is not basic.
Norris, Piastri, Hamilton.
So my predictions for the Grand Prix is
Sorry.
Norris winning the Grand Prix because of what I said. He's coming with that extra anger.
Mhm.
Piastri P2 because McLaren just untouchable, and Hamilton proving himself this weekend if the Ferrari car's good.
Okay, and if the Ferrari car is rubbish,
P5.
P5. Then who would be your P3? Verstappen.
Yeah, Verstappen.
It's funny because none of us put Leclerc up there. Oh, actually, I
You
did.
did. You said
I said it would
Ron.
be Piastri number one always, Norris P2, which is a bit of shock. I don't know. It doesn't give me Norris's weekend vibe. But I said P3 is either Verstappen or Leclerc, depending on how they take it. And Hamilton P4. I'll give him that benefit of the doubt. I think he'll come P4.
Leclerc, I like as a driver, right? But he doesn't seem like a aggressive driver, aggressive enough driver. I don't know why. I don't see him as a
Really?
winning driver. Yeah, I
You
was
don't think
shocked when
after
he
last
won,
week?
and
Come on.
even after last week, what?
Come on, his overtake with Verstappen, where they got pulled back by the stewards.
Yeah, I don't know, but
I
yeah,
think I think Leclerc's doing a lot better now because in the first few races it was like, why are you prioritizing
yeah,
Hamilton? Why are you
yeah.
doing this? But now I think they're getting on better.
They're getting on better in the sense that in one of the races, Hamilton knew he was slower
He was,
than
yeah.
Leclerc, and he said, "Okay, let him by." But when it was the other way, Leclerc didn't respect it.
Mm.
That's where the it wasn't even a clash because they were fine after it. But it's like both of them must feel a certain way with the team principle that they're prioritizing this driver or this driver's not listening.
Yeah, it's hard because Leclerc's always been the main driver for Ferrari. Hamilton's always been the main driver for Mercedes. Who do you prioritize?
Yeah,
And it's not like Hamilton was always doing rubbish. He did win the China sprint,
he
right?
did win the sprint, yeah, but it's like
That was a one-off.
this car is sometimes even does good in qualifying, but in the race there's always some kind of issue for him to go slow. Is either it's fast, really fast in the straight line, but we've seen how slow it is in the bends.
But that wasn't an issue with Leclerc's car. It was literally just Hamilton's car.
So it's like if they're saying yes, it's an issue with the car.
Yeah. It
What?
might just be that they're not willing to spend the money because they want to wait for the regulations for 2026 to come out.
Fair enough. It does make sense when
You've already thought, okay, this guy, his.
you got the drivers.
Yeah.
Just wait one season.
And it's not even because Leclerc's still quite high in the championship.
Mhm.
Hamilton's written off. So what's to say they're not thinking, okay, let's just
No,
leave it
that
till
does
next
make
season?
sense to be honest. But
You know, Mercedes had too much ego to do that. So they spent a lot of their money on the car.
Mercedes car is actually really good.
That's why
Just the
even if
battery
you
that
watch,
lets it down.
like if you see qualifying, it's always Russell and Snelly. They're always within the top 10. But during the race, I don't think both of them are. What's that thing you said? They're not confident enough to fight. I think
Yeah.
both of them have that issue, and that's why they've not made it that far.
So what's your P1, P2, P3 again?
Piastri, Norris. I want to
You
go
have to
for
choose one.
Verstappen,
So Piastri, Norris, Verstappen. Your P1, P2,
but he
P3.
might get like a 10-second penalty. You don't know that.
You don't know that, but that you have to firm that. That's okay. So
You
mine,
he's not even on your top three. Doesn't make a
yeah.
difference.
Mine's Norris, Piastri, Hamilton. Even though I put Verstappen will get pole for qualification.
Qualification. Qualifying.
Qualifying
You're saying, oh yeah, that is brave.
is very brave. I don't know the stats between if you start on pole in Canada, if you therefore win or like have podium at least.
Canada looks like a wide race. I don't
Because
think
if it was Monaco, the whole
I think Monaco, they
if
really.
I'm saying people for P1, P2, P3, it'll be the same.
I think with Monaco this year anyway, they just every single team had the exact same strategy,
Yeah.
and it was just too safe.
Even to watch, it was so boring. One of the boringest races I've watched.
100%. And we woke up at what 4 a.m., 6 a.m.
Yeah,
to watch
even
races
they
this
were
week.
fine, but this race was so
But I
boring.
think everyone was shocked in the sense that every team, like Williams, the Red
They all
Bull
had
sister
the,
team, they all had the same strategy,
but
but
it's
no
whoever
one
does it
knew.
first,
Yeah.
they win it basically.
Yeah.
The Hadja and Liam Lawson, they smashed it that one.
Yeah, but if you think of it like that, if Williams did that first, they would have smashed
Yeah,
it.
but it's who done it first, isn't it?
Exactly. I think that was amazing.
So yeah, so that's our predictions. Let us know your predictions. And I was gonna ask you, what's your favorite looking car?
My favorite looking car.
Yes.
I would say the
Because
old.
it's not the McLaren.
It's
The
not the
orange in the
McLaren.
McLaren ain't the one.
The old McLaren was actually the best looking car. My
Yeah,
favorite right now, I'd say, was it the Japan one, the Red Bull,
white Red Bull.
the Racing Bulls,
Yeah.
that white and pink. That
That
was
was
amazing.
nice.
I
But
would
I'm saying
have
the
to
general
say,
one,
general
not
one,
the promotional.
Mercedes. I'd say.
That is a good shout.
I think I love the grey they have on it.
Yeah.
It's like my one.
I wouldn't even say Ferrari.
Oh, sorry, Ferrari
Ferrari's
between Colgate and
standard.
Republic.
Oh yeah, the promotional ones in the Ferrari ain't the one. What one would I say? I like the Red Bull one, but that's just the colors that I like. It looks mean on the track.
Yeah, see, I don't like blue.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. If not, probably Aston Martin.
Really? I feel like Aston Martin is just the basic green.
I like that green though.
Mm,
But yeah,
I think Audi will look the best.
McLaren need to change up that orange.
If they just went back to the one they had before, the old one looks so nice.
The old one does look nice. Or even Ferrari had this nice, I don't know how many years ago, it was like a ruby red kind of Ferrari Formula One car and it was very nice. But yeah, McLaren, not the one.
Oh, the new Audi was black and red, right?
Black and red.
That one.
That one looked cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we leave it there for this one.
I guess we'll have to come back after the race
So
to
the
see
next
if we're
one,
right
yeah.
or not.
Let's see who's more. We'll do like points on the side for not for qualifying. We leave qualifying out.
Yeah.
Just for the GP.
Okay, so your one is Norris, Piastri, Hamilton. Mine's McLaren, Norris, Verstappen.
And then we'll do some points on the whiteboard over there.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, whoever's got more.
Well, that's not really fair.
No.
That's
this is fresh, and it's like they get a gift up to £50 or £100.
But I said if Hamilton does come top 3, you can get whatever you want.
Yeah, because fair enough. So we'll do this from now. We'll leave our predictions there.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it, and when we do our next one,
we'll
know how many points we've got. We could both. I think we've both got Norris and Piastri, so we've got some points secured. It's just P3, right? So if they come podium,
but
we'll put it as
I put Piastri number 1. You put Norris number 1.
Yeah, I'm saying if they come podium,
yeah.
If they come within P1 to P3,
okay,
you get 1 point.
Okay.
If they're in the right place as well, you get 2 points.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Well, if we did this at the beginning of the season, I would have won.
No, from now, let's see, yeah?
Okay.
So we'll see you for the next episode. We'll leave it there for now.
All right then.
Bye.
Bye.